Okay, let's get into it. The football world is definitely still processing this one. And yeah, for good reason.
Oh, absolutely. It's a huge shift. Probably one of the biggest personnel moves we've seen in, what, the last few years?
Easily. We're talking about Micah Parsons, star pass rusher, moving from the Dallas Cowboys to the Green Bay Packers. Just wow.
Yep, unexpected is one word for it.
So today, we really want to unpack how this all went down. Look at the timeline, the players, what it means for Dallas, for Green Bay, for the whole league, really.
Exactly. Give you the full picture. Understand the strategy behind it all.
Because it seemed to happen fast, but like you said before we started, the signs, maybe they were there.
Well, looking back, yeah.
The
Hindsight, right. But the tension was definitely building. We're going to break down not just what happened, but maybe why it's such a big deal for these teams moving forward.
And maybe what it says about player contracts these days, too.
That's a huge part of it. The whole landscape of player power, how that's evolving.
All right, so let's lay out the basic facts first. August 28th, that was the day. Cowboys officially trade Micah Parsons to the Packers.
And the return for Dallas.
Yeah.
It was significant. 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, 2026 and 2027. Plus Kenny Clark, the defensive tackle, former Pro Bowler.
Which is, pretty substantial haul, not just picks, but an established high-level player, too.
And Parsons, he gets paid. Big time. New deal with Green Bay. 4 years, $188 million.
Right. And his first comments seemed kind of mixed, didn't they? Sad about leaving Dallas, said he never wanted that chapter to end.
Yeah, mentioned not everything was under my control. Also made a point about wanting fairness, having his agent there for talks, implying maybe that wasn't always happening.
It certainly hinted at some friction behind the scenes. And, trading a guy like Parsons after just 4 seasons, a player of that caliber, it's almost unheard of.
It really is.
This isn't just swapping players. It's a fundamental strategic shift for both teams. Dallas is essentially hitting reset on a part of their defense.
Moving away from that one dominant force.
Exactly. Towards, well, we'll see. It's a gamble. And getting 2 firsts, plus a vet like Clark for a defensive player, even Parsons, that tells you how much Green Bay wanted him.
Yeah, it's a massive price. Shows his value league-wide.
Definitely alters the trajectory for both franchises.
Yeah.
Immediately.
And like we said, it wasn't sudden. There was a build-up. A timeline of tension, really. Let's walk through that because it's fascinating.
Okay, so it kicks off publicly around August 1st, right?
That's it. Parsons posts on X, Twitter, public trade requests.
And he gave reasons. Said there were issues with negotiations happening without his agent.
Yep. And mentioned feeling like shots were taken at him for getting injured when he felt he was playing through things. Laying it on the line, as he put it.
And he'd wanted that extension after the 23-24 season, but apparently the team wasn't ready to talk numbers then.
So he goes public, big move, and then almost immediately, Jerry Jones responds.
Right, the very next day, August 2nd. Jones says basically, nope, not trading him. Tells the fans, famously, don't lose any sleep over it.
He even brought up past deals like with Dak and CeeDee Lamb, saying they eventually got those done, trying to project calm, maybe.
Or control. Hard to say. But Parsons clearly wasn't buying it. Because what happens next?
August 7th. Just a few days later, Parsons misses practice. First time, reason given, back tightness.
Back tightness.
Yeah.
Now, was it real? Or was it, a strategic move? In these situations, you have to wonder. Every little thing gets scrutinized.
It felt like things were escalating quickly.
And Parsons using social media like that? It's becoming the norm, isn't it? Player empowerment, using public platforms as leverage in negotiations.
Definitely. And then the plot thickens again, August 8th. Dak Prescott speaks out.
Oh, yeah, his own QB.
Publicly supports Parsons. Says he's confident he'd stay, but also empathizes. Says Parsons should be paid, having been through his own contract drama.
That adds another layer. Teammate support, public support. Then you fast forward a few days, August 13th.
Jerry Jones again. Says nothing is stopping talks, but then confirms no new deal had actually been discussed. Kind of contradictory, right?
It felt like smoke and mirrors, maybe?
Yeah.
Because then Parsons makes another move. August 21st.
Removes Dallas Cowboys from his social media bios, X, Instagram, puts TBD, even adds a Bible verse on X. That felt final.
Like he was really detaching himself. A very public signal of discontent. A pressure tactic.
Yet the very next day, August 22nd, head coach Brian Schottenheimer says he expects Parsons to play Week 1 against Philly.
It's wild, right? That statement, just days before the trade actually happens, it just shows how fast things are moving. Maybe even catching some inside the building off guard.
Or how much was posturing versus reality.
Possibly. But those social media changes, that was Parsons drawing a line in the sand, making it clear he was serious.
So, okay, let's shift focus for a second to the player himself, Micah Parsons. Because amidst all this contract stuff, it's easy to forget just how good he is.
Oh, absolutely essential to remember that. We're talking about a unique talent.
What makes him stand out? I mean, beyond just good pass rusher?
Well, look at the resume first. 4 seasons in the league. 3-time All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler. That's incredibly rare, especially on defense.
Almost unheard of, yeah.
But it's how he plays. The motor's just relentless, nonstop. Then you combine that with this, like, freakish blend of speed off the edge, power to bull rush, and agility. He can bend around tackles like guys half his size.
And they use him everywhere, right? Standing up, hand down, sometimes inside.
Exactly. That versatility is a nightmare for offenses. Where is he lining up? How do you block him? He doesn't just get sacks. He creates chaos, pressures, forced fumbles, bad passes. He changes the game on his own.
A one-man wrecking crew, people call him.
That's fair. He puts genuine fear into opponents. The consensus around the league isn't just star player, it's generational talent. The kind of guy defenses are built around for a decade.
A future Hall of Famer, if he stays healthy.
Seems like a pretty safe bet right now. And that's why trading him is such a massive, massive decision for Dallas. He's not someone you easily replace.
Which brings us to the decision maker, Jerry Jones. This move has his fingerprints all over it, doesn't it? Fits that gambler persona he's cultivated.
It absolutely does. You look back at his history. Firing Tom Landry right after buying the team. Huge gamble. Controversial then.
And the Herschel Walker trade? People thought he was crazy.
Completely crazy. Trading away their best player for a pile of picks and players. But look what happened.
Built a dynasty. Those picks turned into Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Darren Woodson, Hall of Famers.
Exactly. Vindication through history. Jones isn't afraid of the big, unpopular move if he thinks the long-term payoff is there. Like those oil wells he gambled on before football. It's in his DNA.
So is this Parsons trade just Herschel Walker 2.0?
It feels like the same kind of gamble, yes. He's betting heavily on the future. Those 2 first-round picks, plus Kenny Clark. He believes that package will ultimately make the Cowboys better than keeping Parsons on a huge contract.
But the risk is enormous, isn't it? Parsons is a sure thing, an elite player right now.
That's the classic dilemma. The bird in the hand versus 2 in the bush. Draft picks are always potential, never guarantees. Even first-rounders bust.
So is it smarter to stick with the known elite talent or roll the dice for a potentially bigger but uncertain future reward?
That's the billion-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like the Walker trade, we won't know the real answer for years. History will judge this one harshly or kindly.
It feels like Dallas needs help now, though. They're trying to win a Super Bowl now, trading away arguably your best defensive player.
Rough.
It feels counterintuitive to that goal.
It does. And the immediate fan reaction in Dallas, it was rough.
Oh, yeah. Stormy reception is putting it mildly. People felt like they'd been punched in the gut. Social media was. Well, you can imagine.
A lot of anger, betrayal. Especially since many fans thought after Dak and CD got paid that Jerry would eventually cave and pay Parsons too.
There's definitely a strong feeling, right now anyway, that the Cowboys are not a better football team today without Micah Parsons.
Hard to argue against that in the short term. He was the guy offenses had to game plan around entirely. Who fills that void?
Meanwhile, Green Bay? They must be ecstatic.
Oh, you'd think so. They get an instant elite game-wrecking force on defense. He elevates that whole unit immediately. Makes them much tougher to play against.
So for Dallas, it's this huge hole. For Green Bay, it's a massive injection of top-tier talent.
Exactly. And the pressure now shifts heavily onto the Cowboys scouting department. They have to hit on those future first-round picks. They need to find significant contributors, maybe even stars, to justify letting Parsons walk.
It's not just replacing his stats, it's replacing his impact, his presence. That's almost impossible for one player.
Right, which again brings up that team-building question.
Yeah.
Is it always the right move to pay your superstars top dollar? Or are there times when accumulating assets, even if unpopular, is the shrewder long-term play?
Even if it feels like you're taking a step back right when you want to be leaping forward.
It's a tough calculation, trading present certainty for future possibility, especially in a league with so much parity.
So wrapping this up, we've got this collision of player demands, contract realities, a bold owner making a huge gamble.
Yeah, and the ripples are huge, affecting 2 big franchises, changing the defensive landscape for both, potentially impacting the playoff picture this year and beyond.
It's definitely one of those trades we'll be talking about for a long, long time, a real marker in recent NFL history.
And as we finish thinking about this trade, maybe consider this. In a league where games are decided by the smallest margins, how will this decision echo? What will the legacy be for Micah Parsons, the player who forced the issue, and for Jerry Jones, the owner who rolled the dice again?
How does this shape the next 5, 10 years for both of them and for the league?
And maybe more broadly, what does it signal about where things are headed between players wanting control and teams trying to manage rosters and budgets? That power dynamic, it just keeps shifting.
Plenty to think about there as the season gets going and we start to see the immediate consequences play out. Thanks for joining us to break down this massive move.